How food pantries are helping keep pets out of shelters. That's next on All for Animals. They're innocent victims of the lousy economy, family pets with record numbers being surrendered at shelters. But in our area, there is hope and help, courtesy of some concerned New Yorkers. In the 5 boroughs and Long Island, the Animal Relief Fund provides pet food at human food pantries.
I love animals, I love dogs, I love cats, and I love New York City. And I've always wanted to do something in New York City to help animals. And I realized that there were a lot of people who were going to be forced to abandon their animals because they couldn't afford to feed them. And so I started the Animal Relief Fund, also known as ARF, and I started by bringing pet food to the Yorkville Common Pantry, and they distributed the pet food to their clients. They let people know that it was going to be available, and 2 months later 40 families were coming regularly, and nothing succeeds like success. And I started distributing pet food at 5 other pantries, and at this point in time I'm getting enough pet food in bulk so that Food Bank for New York City is now making it available to the pantries in their system, and 60 pantries in New York City are ordering pet food whenever it's available.
This is great because there are times when I'm not able to go out and buy dog food, and maybe I can splice it in with what they provide for us.
Right, and if you didn't have this, a lot of folks might have to give up their animals, right?
That's right. Or sacrifice what they put in their mouths for your pet.
There's a lot of people that would love to get a pet, but they can't afford vaccinations, they can't afford the food, and they think about that. And if they only knew, there are buses that go around and give free vaccinations, there are places that help you out and give you a little dog food, they might, be more inclined to take in a pet, and that's one less pet that gets euthanized,
Right. Now, you're also doing this on Long Island, right?
Yes, I am. I'm doing it. I'm working with Long Island Cares, which is the food bank for Nassau and Suffolk County. And through Long Island Cares, we're making pet food available at over 100 pantries in Nassau and Suffolk.
To find out more about either receiving or donating food, visit arf-ny.org. Serving eligible residents of Westchester, Rockland, Putnam, and Dutchess counties, the Hudson Valley Pet Food Pantry, where founder Susan Katz tells us she too was greatly affected by what she was hearing.
About a year and a half ago, close to 2 years ago, I was watching the news one night, and they were doing a whole segment on the economy and how people are having hard times with mortgages and going to food banks and whatnot. And a very small segment was about pets, how people have to give up their pets because they can't afford to feed them. They can't afford to buy food for them. And I turned it off, and I was laying in bed, and I'm listening. Anyhow, to fast forward, after doing a lot of research, organizing a like-minded group of people, we formed a 501c3 organization with the idea in mind to provide free pet food to those people who are having a hard time, whether they lost their jobs, whether it's a senior citizen at home, a disabled person, anybody who has fallen on hard times and unable to feed their pet. Much like a food bank for people, it's a food bank with animal food, and primarily domestic animals. And they come after filling out an application and meeting our eligibility requirements. They can come and get free pet food for as long as they need.
So you guys have a mascot. Who is this cutie patootie?
His name is Chuchi, and he's actually a rescue dog.
Wonderful. So we talked a little bit about who is eligible. How can somebody take advantage of this service?
They can apply to hvpetfoodpantry.org.
Okay. There's a phone number?
Yeah, 914-907-3487. And they would receive an application in the mail, and pending the approval of that application through an interview, and they would then be accepted and can start receiving service right away.
Great. And I'm assuming you guys also take donations, right?
Yes, we do. We take food donations as well as monetary donations.
For more information about any of the organizations featured in this episode, visit the resources page at allforanimals.tv. And remember, if you're thinking about adopting a pet, please make yours the next great rescue story and contact a rescue organization or visit a shelter near you. I'm Susan Richard. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. on All for Animals.
Right? Right.